You're impacting on my life. You're preventing me from having a basic life with my children. I will leave a gap in your family tree. I will take your nana out and your youngest baby in your family. You won't have a family tree. And everyone in between. And this is what you're dealing with. A fuck. And you need to grasp it. I tap into some mindsets, mate, and when I go into them, I'm in it. And I'll come to your front door, kid, and I'll ruin your family tree. I'll leave your whole DNA structure in a mess. And I've thought like that for 15, 20 years. I've tried to get help to correct that way of thinking. You've witnessed it for the past 8 years. I've had 6 appointments in the last 4 years. Every one of them cut off and replaced. And in them 4 years, my refining process of my master plan. I've told you before, you don't need a plan for what I'm doing. I can just wake up tomorrow, go to a destination, get a taxi and bang, here I am all over your news channels. Just like that. I don't need no big plan. I need to get to a thing for 7 o'clock because he arrives at 7:05. None of that with me. I'm just turning up. Impulsive. Out the blue. Shebang. You won't know what you are. You sat down watching your Coronation Street. And if your neighbours interfere, they'll get dealt with as well. Why? Because that's the path I'll be on. That's the path I'll be on. I'll have 3 or 4 clips for each thing. And I'll be on one, mate. Trust me, lad. You need to grasp what I'm saying and wait for it to happen in a decade or 2. But that's not present right now. You know, chill your beans, people. Say what you like. Call me what you like. Actions speak louder than words, don't they? Don't they? Yes, Christoph. What are you saying, lad? 88 Shach? Nothing, you know, mate. I'm saying nothing, lad. You good? Got someone telling me to blink. I can't. It's weird, mate. I get into this mindset and I just can't close my eyes. No, I just did. Better get them all in at once. Forget your past, move on. Forget your past, move on. I've tried, mate. I've tried, mate. I've tried, lad. I can't move on. If I'm totally honest with you, mate. I'm only waiting for Lily Moore to get to go cat tea. That's what I'm waiting for, mate. Oh, baby. Better get them all at once. That's what I'm saying, Rems. Think about it, lad. Look. And this is me. This is what I've done in the last 8 years. You know, I've sat there and this is the way I've always been, people. You need to grasp what cloth I'm cut from. I come from a very rare piece of cloth. And you don't do what I do these days, what I used to do. And in the last 8 years, I was like you, mate. You know, happy just spotting one, sitting one off. And I started thinking to myself, well, why just get one when you can get 4 of them, 6 of them, 8 of them at one point, at one goal? And what you'll get with these organised crime groups is they're all on drugs, they all like a drink, and they'll all use the same restaurants, and they'll all use the same nightclubs, and they'll all use the same gyms. Majority of the time they'll use another drug dealer's gym, and you'll have them all in the gym at 10 o'clock every morning training, and then at 11:30 or something they'll end up all in Cafe 53 getting the food and then whatever. But the creatures of habit, and this is the point I'm making, you can't get me in one place at one time ever unless you come to my front door. I wish you would, but you don't. So for example, the Smelly Belly Kelly and his horrible firm of drug dealing scumbags had a little gaff by the flyover near Truebrook, Queen's Drive. Guaranteed, I had some bird, I was banging some bird from there called Olivia. One of theirs, they didn't like it, they were fuming when they found out, but I thrown it all over the gaff when I was on licence. Olivia Brown from Ighton, up them ways somewhere. Little gangster's daughter, I think. Anyway, she tapped on me when I got on licence, and she was coming to St Helens and staying in mine and getting plated and shit. And I think she had a fella who went to jail and got 19 years and she went with him now or something. That's what she told me. She was telling me she goes to these gaffs and she hears them talking about me and all this. So I'm getting inside information basically. So I went there a couple of Wednesdays, you know, when it's at its most, the most people are in there at once. You know, 11 o'clock, 11:30. They'll all go there, mate. And I've sat there. And I've drove from Birmingham to there and sat there. It's only at the edge of the motorway and just watched them all day. I'm not just watching for nothing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now with them, I've watched them a year ago. The gaff's shut down a little bit now. It's gone to fuck for them, hasn't it? But there's other places where I've been a year ago and observed them at these places. And I know a year later they're still at that place, going to that place. I don't need to go and wreck it. I don't need to go and watch it. I don't need to go and watch that house anymore. I don't need to go and watch his bird's house anymore, because they've all been wrecked. And I know they're still there, so nothing's changed. So you can just turn up when you want. You can just turn up at particular times for these cunts. And when they're all watching the boxing, they'll all go to one main gaff and watch it there. And instead of going for one kid on his doorstep, you can just get 4 of them in a car. You don't even have to go into the venue, you just wait outside, spot the car, let the 4 of them come out, get in the car, thinking they run Liverpool. Boom, in a bit, use 4. And you're walking away, you're not running, you're not panicking, you're not scatty, it's one of them. If you get caught, you get caught. Take it as it comes. And because you're not panicking, because you're not anxious and bottling yourself, it goes down like anything else. That's why you need to be cool, calm, sinister when you're moving to people like that. You can't afford to panic. Sam saying you're lagging. No. I'm lagging because of what I'm speaking about. Trust me on that. I'm lagging because it's being sent to another place while it's watched. You need to understand how the authorities look at me. When I speak like this to yous think, wow, he's a bit of a plant pot, isn't he? When I speak like this to yous, they're listening, saying to themselves, he's going to snap soon. He can't be thinking like this since he's been a kid, and he's not going to snap later on. You know, he's getting dangerous. This is the way they think. Darren Gee is a threat to society. And they're not wrong. They're not wrong, you know, people. I'm telling you now, they're not wrong. But I don't encourage any of you to get involved in this life, because you'll have to do things that you're not cut out to do. You've got to learn on the job. Yes, Rob, hope you're good, mate. More dangerous if you can control it. Says lad you appreciate. That's why you're dangerous. Because you're controlling it. I was thinking about all this because you get people that say, oh well, he's instrumental. In other words, he plans. So you've got instrumental as in music, and then you've got instrumental as in someone that plans, you know, dangerous. So the way they used to define me and Danny, they used to say Danny was impulsive and I was instrumental. Danny reacts on the spot, I'll come away and think about my reaction and then do it. So that makes me dangerous. Why? Because I can sit there with a poker face and you won't have a clue what's going to come next. With Danny, you know what's coming. You know the reaction. You know the emotional side effects that's going to come off him. With me, you haven't got a clue. That's why I'm dangerous. So, this isn't me telling you I'm dangerous. This is what the system tells me. It's what the system tells the probation. This is what the system tells everyone that's doing any sort of report on me. That this man has got a calm, sinister nature with a perpetuance for violence. They're the words they use against me in reports. Darren has a very calm, sinister manner with a high perpetuance for violence. That's what they write in reports about me. And they only say you're dangerous because you plot. If you're not thinking about the crime you're committing, you're not dangerous. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're going down the street and you're drunk and all of a sudden a fight happens, you pull a blade on, you go a bit scatty with it. You're violent, you're not dangerous. There was no thought put into that. There was no premeditation there. You know, you haven't visualised, you haven't thought about it, you haven't went over the consequences, you haven't went over how many fatalities is going to happen, you haven't went over about what happens when you pass through. Siblings, family members, what happens to them? Does the whole city of Liverpool turn on your indirect family members now you've gone? Because of what you've done is so atrocious. And you've got to look at all them angles and say to yourself, I don't give a fuck. So you've got to say to yourself, I don't give two what happens to them. Why do you think I've distanced myself from them all? Someone can go in on my whole so-called family and headshot a lot of them and I won't bat an eyelid. Because that's what I'm like. That's just the way I am. It's the way the system's made me. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's mad, isn't it, when you think about it? What do you think about before acting out the consequences or what you're going to do, says John Woodward? What do you mean, what do you think? It's quite simple. The consequences to my actions is death. You haven't got to think about anything else. You know, you're dead at the end of this, darling. This is your way of going out, Daz. You know the outcome, Daz. You know what you're going to do, and then you know the process that comes after it. So let's say, for example, I know if I kick your door in and start shooting your family dead, within 10 minutes there's police going to be all over the street. Don't I? I know that, don't I? Now I know if I lock them doors and barricade in, we're going to have a situation that's going to last about 24 hours. Isn't it? But if I just run out that door with all on, guns blazing, I'm dead within a minute. The quicker it's over, the better. Isn't it? We all die at some point, depending on how you play it. Say three's Rebecca Hetherington. Well, there you go. So just imagine, right, so if you can put yourself in this sort of mindset, people, and as I say, this isn't me condoning no violence, this isn't me encouraging nothing. I'm just telling you how I feel and what I go through in life, and what my thoughts say to me. Don't really care what they're saying to you. I know what they're saying to you. They're getting you all scatty about me, but this is me real. I'm not acting here. I'm not trying to be like... Do you understand what I'm saying? This is me just being real, mate. And there's loads of people that think like me and hide it. I don't hide shit from you. I tell you how I'm feeling.